A new tornado warning has been issued. A new tornado warning has been issued. New information, this tornado warning has been upgraded.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nightly WX with the Outlaw Weather Community. Bring you guys a live weather briefing on an ongoing weather situation currently unfolding in the southeastern United States and lower Mississippi Valley, extending from Texas to Georgia. We currently have multiple tornado warnings, including one radar-confirmed tornado warning in effect from National Weather Service, as well as a destructive severe thunderstorm warning also in effect. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nightly WX with the Outlaw. I believe it includes Valley County.
A new observed tornado warning.
And we have another confirmed tornado warning. A confirmed tornado was located over Georgetown. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, starting off here with quite a bit of a handful. Confirmed tornado warning, including Clipman and Randolph counties in Georgia. At 1:16 p.m., a confirmed tornado was located over Efola, moving east at 35 miles per hour. You can expect a damaging tornado and quarter-size hail. This has been a radar-confirmed tornado. The tornado will be near Georgetown at around 1:20 p.m. Other locations affected include Wire Bridge, Hatcher, White House, Crossroads, Benevolence, Springvale, and Wades. Once again, this is a tornado on the ground, including Clinton and Randolph counties in Georgia. Now, there is portions of the confirmed tornado warning, including East Central Barber County in Alabama. However, that tornado warning will be expired here shortly as the storm is moving out of the area. So once again, confirmed tornado warning, including Clinton and Randolph counties in Georgia and Barber County in eastern Alabama. Multiple radar indicated tornado warnings also surrounding the radar confirmed tornado warnings. Once again, those are radar indicated tornado warnings. We have one over here in Dale, Houston, Henry, and Early County. We have another one in Henry, Early, and Clay County. One over here in Randolph County. Radar indicates up to 3.77-inch hail with this storm. So once again, multiple tornado warnings currently in effect, as well as a base of their thunderstorm warning right here. Very dangerous situation currently unfolding along the Georgia and Alabama state line. Anyone in these counties or ahead of them need to go and prepare for tornadic thunderstorms. Be sure that you're preparing to be inside of your tornado shelter. Moving over to a destructive severe thunderstorm warning over here in Texas. From NWS Shreveport, we have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning in effect.
It was actually downgraded at this time to golf ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts and golf ball size hail.
Alright, that's what's confusing the system because they have the destructive tag still in there. So golf ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gust. At 12:19 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near US 259 and I-30 intersection, or 15 miles southeast of Box Elder, moving east at 50 miles per hour. This storm is producing destructive winds and large damaging hail. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. So once again, moving over here to Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Serious situation beginning to unfold here, and yet again, another radar indicated tornado warning up here.
A new tornado
including
warning has been
Chattahoochee,
issued.
Marion, and Stewart counties. Once again, radar indicated at 1:16. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Jamestown, South Fort Moore, or near Cusetta, moving east at 35 miles per hour. You can expect a radar indicated rotation tornado warning and quarter-size hail. This includes Cusetta, Christopher, Jamestown, and South Fort Moore, Renfro, and Manta. Once again, that's going to be a possible tornado as well as quarter-size hail. We can see some rotation on velocity right here. Green indicates wind flowing towards the radar. Red and orange flow shows wind flowing away from the radar. We can kind of infer that we have rotation here. So therefore, a tornado warning has been issued. We can see that on the gate-to-gate, which is basically the wind speeds of each individual thing. The highest of each individual thing, our positive return is a lot higher than our negative return. And we can see that by our value here. So right now the radar is showing around 74 mile per hour against 10 and 11. So that's your gate to gate right there. Another area rotation is forming just to the east of Hubert and west of Shellman. Broad rotation. Right here, that is heating the tornado warning being issued. Another area rotation near Heidelberg. It does look like it could be gusting out a bit, and so same thing for the system near Headland. However, the National Weather Service still has a tornado warning in effect, therefore we must treat it as if a tornado is on the ground. If you're underneath a tornado warning at all today, make sure that you take the immediate precautions necessary. They are calling for a few intense tornadoes with these storms, so definitely know what to do before the warning is issued for your area. If you're ahead of the storms, so like if you're in Terrell County, these are going to be moving into your area very soon. Make sure that you're preparing. Lee County, Daugherty County, Baker County, Webster County, those areas to the east of these warning polygons, you need to prepare. Because this is only the first round of these storms. We're still going to be seeing quite a few more of these. So right now what the SPC is calling for is damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour or greater. Hail up to 3 inches in diameter, possibly above it as well. And a few tornadoes, with a few of them being intense.
We are continuing to monitor the situation, but we do have about 4 radar indicated tornado warnings at this time.
New
1 confirmed also, so 5 in total.
Has been allowed to expire.
So the one that was now for Eufaula has expired. Extension to that is still ongoing though for a confirmed damaging tornado and quarter-size hail radar confirmed tornado. This was located over Eufaula, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. This is for the following counties: Randolph and Quitman counties. We expect this to continue for the next, I believe, 15-20 minutes, it looks like. This is until 2. Okay, so no, we expect this to continue for another
a new tornado warning has been issued.
35 minutes.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
I believe that is a extension. 15-20 minutes, it looks like. This is until 2. Okay, so... Oh, nope. Okay, it's down here. New tornado warning. This is for the following counties: Clay, Calhoun, Early. This is moving east at 30 miles per hour. Tornado and golf ball size hail. Radar indicated rotation. This is located 8 miles northwest of Blakely, moving east at 30 miles per hour again. This dangerous storm will be near Edison and Arlington around 2 o'clock Eastern Time. We expect other locations to be impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm. This includes Kalamaki, Harrison Mill, Commissary Mill Hill, Turman, Parksville, Furl Crossroads, Bluffton, Kalamaki Mounds, and Dickey. take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. This is a very dangerous storm.
And all storms today will be dangerous. All storms today have the potential to produce very dangerous weather conditions. We do have a moderate risk, which is a 4 out of 5 on the scale from the SPC. So this is something that you don't typically see. And a very abnormal time as well for the time of year as well. We have record high lapse rates. We have seasonably high flow in the area. Very increased conditions here that are allowing for this system to be as significant as it is. And once again, we're only seeing the beginning of it. Correct, Outlaw?
Yes, we are. And like I said, we could see multiple rounds of very strong to severe, maybe even destructive storms moving through this area. We have a moderate risk in place. Our forecasted moderate risk where our server goes a little bit farther east than what the Storm Prediction Center is, but again, both not very different at this time. We have a 45 hatched wind, 10 hatch tornado risk, and then also a 30 hatch tail risk for the potential of very large to gorilla size hail is what I would say. This would be going over the 2-inch mark, maybe even getting over 4 inches at times today could be possible. We are currently monitoring the situation at this time.
Most definitely. And something that we want to make sure that people are aware is that panicking about this is not going to make things better. You need to be prepared ahead of time. Hopefully people had multiple ways to receive the watches that were issued hours in advance to this event. Like a no-web radio or something like that. If you don't have one, make sure you get it. It can save your life and give you that extra, a minute in order to prepare for something coming your way. Definitely something that can help protect you in your own home from hazardous weather conditions.
Again, just make sure you have like a NOAA weather radio prepared, backup batteries for it if the power goes out. Have a flashlight, canned food ready just in case. Have bottled water also ready on hand, because if a tornado does go through your area, it's going to cause lots of damage. First off. Second off, water will be unsafe to drink as it may be contaminated now. Because when a tornado goes through, it'll bust water lines too. Weather radio is good for getting on-hand alerts ahead of time, so that way you're already there, notified, in your safe place. If you do not have a lowest floor or in like away from windows, like if you're in a mobile home, try and find a ditch or at least get out while you can. Go stay with a friend during this event, because there is going to be possibly the potential for a few intense tornadoes today across this area, and then also, again, very large destructive hail and even destructive winds exceeding 80 miles per hour.
Indeed, a very dangerous day today. Not something that we typically see this time of year, or at all usually. It's very rare that we see something like this. Usually we just see enhanced, lower, and moderates. This is a pretty serious event that we're seeing here. It's been a while since we've seen wording like this from the Storm Prediction Center.
Yeah, a little while it's been.
Yeah. I believe this is the first time that they've used some of the wording in their Outlook since, I believe, February, when the system note for Texas was very close to Syria to Rachel. Some of the wording that they're using, not all of it. Now, we have seen it recently, like on March 31st and, was it March 29th? We did see some of the wording. So. Yes. But, definitely something that we definitely need to keep a watchful eye out for. because we could see significant severe thunderstorms move across the area. What's a significant severe thunderstorm? Well, I can actually go and pull that up. So, let's pull it up. I cannot find it. Alright. So, right now we have a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms in effect. This moderate risk extends from northeastern Louisiana and extreme southeastern Arkansas through central Mississippi, southern and central Alabama, and western Georgia. This is just clipping the Florida Panhandle and Alabama state line. This is just on the border of that line. Now, you might hear us say things like marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, high risk. What are those exactly? Well, this is basically a 1 out of 5 or 0 out of 5 scale that we use in order to depict how serious severe weather will be. So if I actually go and open this up real quick, there we go. You can see understanding severe thunderstorm outlook categories. We start with general thunderstorm. This is just what you would typically see every day in the summertime. Just with lightning, gusty winds, small hail. No severe thunderstorms really expected. Once again, similar storms your area might experience many times per year. Then we have the first level, which is a marginal risk. Some storms could be capable of damaging winds and severe hail. Localized tornado threat could also develop. So this is basically isolated severe thunderstorms. So 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms in your area. Similar to storms in your area, similar to storms your area may experience several times per year. So this is, once again, a pretty routine scenario. Then we're stepping up with a slight risk, which is increased confidence that some storms will maintain damaging winds, severe hail, and or tornado potential. With a few severe thunderstorms could be significant. So that's the difference there. And also slight risk means isolated to scattered severe storms are expected. So we can see that jump. So instead of it being isolated, it could be scattered with some significant storms as well. Taking it up a notch, we have kind of the middle guy, an enhanced risk, level 3. High confidence that several storms will contain damaging winds, severe hail, and or tornadoes. Several severe storms could be significant. This means that there will be scattered to numerous severe storms expected in your area. Similar to intense storms your area may experience only once or twice per year. Level 4, this is what we're currently experiencing today. High confidence that many storms will contain damaging winds, severe hail, and or tornadoes, and several severe storms are likely to be significant, with scattered to numerous severe storms expected. So this is basically a level up from an enhanced risk. So this is, instead of it might be, it's pretty known. Usually this is whenever confidence is high enough. So this is similar to intense storms your area may experience only once per year or less. And then finally, the highest level as of right now is a high risk. High confidence that an outbreak of storms will contain tornadoes, damaging winds, and or severe hail. A tornado outbreak and or widespread damaging winds. Numerous severe storms are expected. Very intense storms your area may only experience once or twice in a lifetime. And over here on the right, you can see the definition of a severe thunderstorm. Wind gust of at least 58 miles per hour, hail at least 1 inch or in diameter, or a tornado. And then a significant severe thunderstorm includes a wind gust of at least 75 miles per hour, hail at least 2 inches in diameter, or a tornado of at least an EF2 rating or higher.
We have a picture actually coming in from, it was Ollie Barnett. This was on Twitter that I found just now. I'm gonna go ahead and post it here in the chat.
Please do. Go and bring it up. Send the link if you can.
We have a decently sized wedge tornado, what looks like, reported. It is not looking very good at this time with these storms. These storms are coming very, I mean, like...
Now keep in mind this was early this morning.
Yes, this was earlier this morning. However, though, we do have these storms showing the classic hooking structure on them, which is not good, but yes, this was earlier this morning in Abbeville.
This is some of the damage produced by the tornado. Almost looks like it has some multi-vortex characteristics to it. There's another video of it from 10:45 this morning. Very good photo of this tornado right there. Once again, this was earlier this morning. This is not current. Alrighty. Let's go back over. Very good. Alright, taking another look over here at radar, shall we? So Hook Echo right here near Bancroft, southwest of Bluffton, within this tornado warning. It's really starting to show a really good shape here. We can see tightening rotation over the last little bit of scans. Now here's the problem is that we have this convection. It's gonna try to kill this here, but it might live through it because of the environmental variables here. It might live through it, and it could potentially produce a brief tornado. So between Bluffington and Leary, so that includes Bancroft, that includes Arlington. Be on the lookout. Just prepare should a tornado warning get issued for your area. And then including Haleburg and Columbia, another radar indicated tornado warning with this interesting feature right here. A bit more difficult to identify the rotation. Looks more like a gust front, however we have some areas of intensified wind that could potentially be causing a tornado warning. As well, radar indicates around 3.26 inch hail. Now that's not what's on the ground. That's what's still in the sky being recorded by radar. So it's going to be smaller when it's on the ground. But that's what this is in the air. Roughly.
I mean, this is only like the first round of what's to come. They're expecting multiple rounds of very strong to severe storms today. Multiple Boeing segments would be possible. We have also the possibility of supercells firing up, and it does look like this first round mainly consists of these supercells. However, though, we have a decently ongoing quasi-linear convective system up in northern Alabama. This is producing severe thunderstorm warnings for 60 mile per hour and wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This storm does look like it is strengthening. We have another storm out ahead of it to the east that would be nearing the Georgia border. This is producing 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, radar indicated. This, to give you a exact location where they're at, it would be Etowah County and St. Clair County in central Alabama. Then we also have Winston County in northwestern Alabama, and even Marion County, so in Alabama, and this would be far western Alabama. And it does look like we have the Texas storm still ongoing. This is super thunderstorm warning for Miller, Caddo, Marion, and Cass counties in northeastern Texas, northeastern Texas. And then we actually have Miller County in southwestern Arkansas now. And Caddo Parish in northwestern Louisiana. Sorry, so there's two northeastern counties in Texas, one in northwestern Louisiana, and one in southwestern Arkansas. The hazard with this storm, it It has had a history of producing very large, even destructive ag level hail. We had a baseball size hail warning earlier, and also 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now the hazard is 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is a radar indicated threat. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Some locations that will be impacted include Atlanta, Vivian, Linden, Queen City, Rodessa, Vivians, Ravenna, McLeod, Bright Star, Bloomberg, Douglasville, Moretta, Red Hill, and Bryan's Mill. The storm has had a history of producing destructive winds and large hail. Now it is actually, as they say at the bottom here, the storm is producing destructive winds and large damaging hail. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows if you can.
And continuation of a radar indicated tornado warning for Henry County in Alabama and Early County, Georgia until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 1:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or 12:41 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 10 miles north of Columbia or 8 miles west of Blakely, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Once again, that's going to be a radar indicated tornado warning. That's going to go ahead and be for this storm right here, I do believe. With an intensifying gale core and also a very weirdly shaped hookago starting to reform here. Very strong gusts right here, possibly some rotation, still a bit hard to depict. Rotation near Bancroft also continues, so that tornado warning will likely also be continued to move this part out of the polygon. Anyways, everyone, we will be right back after a quick break. So we will be right back with you, and we will interrupt again if needed. Thank you. Well, everyone, we are now back. And quite
Scale discussion issued by the Storm Prediction Center. This is Mesoscale 1039. This is for severe thunderstorm watch 290, which is impacting portions of Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas at this time. This includes the possibility of a bow echo may develop with these storms in Texas that have produced at times destructive severe tag warnings and even now considerable. They're expecting an intense bow echo to develop in the next few hours. A derecho could develop with this, but it is highly dependent on further upscale growth of the system. So that is now thrown back in as a possible hazard.
New observed tornado warning has been issued.
And we have a new observed tornado warning from the National Weather Service, including ping pong ball size hail for Lafayette and Mower counties in Arkansas, and Boise and Caddo counties in Louisiana, as well as Bowie and Cass counties in Texas, until 1:15 p.m. At 12:49 p.m., a tornado-producing storm was located near Queen City, or 7 miles north of Atlanta, moving east at around 55 miles per hour. So once again, this is going to be an observed tornado warning. As well as a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Right by each other. This is just to the north of Shreveport. So this is going over the oh my god, I cannot talk. Texarkana area.
Arklatex.
Thank you. I cannot talk. Holy. Wow.
There is a very intense gust front with this storm, it looks like, on velocity right now. Very interesting velocity presentation. Your rotation dead center of the storm, it looks like, and then you have what looks to be at first contamination, but this is actually a signature of a very intense gust front that has begun to develop with this storm. You could be definitely seeing well over 70, maybe even 80 mile per hour winds again in this storm. And then we also have that threat of very large hail as well. So this is becoming a very dangerous combination, and then you even have a confirmed tornado on top of these two threats.
Indeed. Making a very dangerous situation. Once again, SPC is saying that this could possibly become a derecho here.
If it is able to grow upscale, and it does look like, though, it has been re-strengthening, because over the past few minutes after the first destructive tag was issued for it, it did weaken a bit and was only producing golf ball size hail and 2-inch hail. Now it definitely has shown that it has re-strengthened over the past few scans. I mean, very intense storm.
And 1 mile northeast of Benton, Butler County, Kansas, emergency manager reports a funnel cloud at 12:21 p.m. CDT. Numerous spotters saw brief funnel clouds of the storm northwest of Towanda. One spotter followed it for about 10 miles, watching the same funnel drop and pull back up. No reports of any touchdowns.
And then even outside of our risk area, we do actually have a severe thunderstorm up in Missouri real quick. Want to talk about that. I mean, not very well intense storm, but it's still a severe thunderstorm. It has had half-inch hail reported with it too at times in Oregon County, Missouri by emergency management. We have, so the warning was allowed to expire. However, though, there's still one warning that continues for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust quarter-size hail, and this is for West Ripley County, southeastern Missouri, until 1 o'clock Central Daylight Time. That goes for another 5 minutes.
If you could just take over for me temporarily.
It does look like I'm starting to see some more convection fire up to the north of that storm that is producing that confirmed tornado and very dangerous wind and hail threat. So this does look like it may be growing upscale just a little bit more, and that's becoming a very concerning matter. Temperatures in this area are sitting right around lower 80s to mid 80s at this time. We've got 86 recorded near Shreveport. We've got 82 up in Texarkana. And then right where that tornado warning is right around, again, lower 80s. So areas where this storm has already gone through has dropped down to the upper 70s. Mount Pleasant showing Naples as well. But yeah, this is a very intense storm, and in fact, it does look like that rotation is tightening even more, which is becoming very concerning at this time. Getting wind readings right around 50 to 60, even 70 at times, mile per hour. So that's another issue. The storm is slowly, really tracking off to the east at 55, even though the warning kind of shows more of a southeast motion. There's also, this is not spotter confirmed, by the way, this is a radar confirmed tornado. And it has the hazard of ping pong ball size hail with it as well. Radar is also now indicating, though, however, on the storm overall 2.71 inch hail, which again, that's just in the atmosphere itself. If it falls, it'd be smaller near the ground with warm temperatures. Not really hearing much out of reports on this storm, however, that we'll continue to monitor that as well. It does look like, though, there is a small CC drop. This is matching up with the radar signature, and this is just to the northeast of Queen City, Texas. So, and then we also have 3 tornado warnings. One's an extension, still continuing into Georgia, it looks like. Yes, the storm that was originally in Alabama has crossed into Georgia now, producing a new tornado warning. This is moving east at 35. This is for Early County and southwestern Georgia, so some of the same areas getting hit again, which is not good. Then we also have another for southwestern Clay, western Calhoun, and northeastern Early counties in southwestern Georgia. Tornado quarter-size hail moving east at 35.
And a new tornado warning for Early County in Georgia. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado.
I just went over that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh. It's moving to the east at around 35 miles per hour. So, once again, continuing with the tornado warnings over here in Georgia. None are currently confirmed anymore. They're all radar indicated. We kind of have this cluster of them right here. And this cluster will probably continue for a little bit. But we continue to have this confirmed tornado warning over here in the Arkansas, Texas area. It's a radar confirmed tornado. It will be near Bright Start around 1 p.m. and Folk at around 1:05 p.m. It's a very it covers quite a few counties. It is just to the north of Shreveport. It'll most likely move into Boise, Webster, and Clayburn parishes in northern Louisiana. And then once again, very strong gust front on the storm, and every radar update, it's just getting stronger. Right now, I'm seeing something suggesting 92 miles per hour. Once again, a very strong gust front on this storm.
And it does look like getting no reports at this time still about this storm. At least I'm not. Don't know about nightly. However, though, we do have a massive strong line of storms apparently in Alabama. It's right now special weather statement warned. This is for mainly 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-size hail. This includes the following counties: Monroe, Crenshaw, Escambia, Wilcox, Conecuh, Covington, and that's it. It looks like, and this is moving through 1:45 Central Daylight Time. So, again, decent amount of activity happening here. We have severe thunderstorm warnings still continuing in northern Alabama. We have now 70-mile-per-hour wind gust quarter-sized hail. This is for Coleman County in north central Alabama. This was extending near Brushy Lake to near Poplar Springs to near Brilliant, moving southeast at 50 miles per hour. Expect hail damage to vehicles, considerable tree damage, and wind damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Some locations that may be impacted include Coleman, Hanceville, Good Hope, Holly Pond, Dodge City, Baldwin, Vinmont, West Point, Garden City, and Colony. Just to the west of that, another severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust quarter-sized hail. This is for Winston County in northwestern Alabama. This is until 1:30. It's moving east at 45 miles per hour. The locations that will be impacted: Haleyville, Lynn, Arley, Double Springs, Addison, Nauvoo, Houston, recreational area, Camp McDowell, Nesmith, Ashbank, Brushy Lake, Poplar Springs, Ash Ridge, Falls City, Moreland, Smith Lake, Helicon, Inmanfield, Sardis, and Conrath Recreation Area, it looks like. And then just to the west of that one, we have northeastern Marion County under severe thunderstorm warning in Alabama. This is moving southeast at 35 miles per hour, located 8 miles northwest of Linville, or over Lake Buttigieg. I think that's how you say it. I apologize if I mispronounced it. Hazard 6-mile-per-hour wind gust, radar indicated threat. This is going to impact Bryn, Bear Creek, Parsees Mill, and Piney Grove. So we do have other severe thunderstorms ongoing too, and we have one more warning that is in Mississippi. This is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning, 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Radar indicated threat. This is for Noxubee, Okeechobee, and southern Lowndes counties. So, and this is at 12:59 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located over Uktuk, or 11 miles southeast of Starkville, moving east at 35 miles per hour. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect extensive damage to roof, considerable tree damage. Expect extensive damage to vehicles as well. Wind damage is also likely to... Okay, we actually just got an update on that warning. Now it is a destructive storm. Hazard baseball-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is for Crawford and South Starkville. This is moving east at 35 miles per hour. So again, destructive storm. This will be for northern Noxubee, southeastern Okeechobee, and southern Lowndes counties in Mississippi. The severe storm will be near the following towns and times. Crawford around 1:10 Central Daylight Time. Brooksville around 1:15 Central Daylight Time. Deerbrook around 1:25 Central Daylight Time. Big V Valley and Prairie Point around 1:35. Again, this is a destructive, severe thunderstorm. Expect multiple windows shattered in your house. Expect extensive damage to roofs, siding, and vehicles as well. People and animals outdoors will be severely injured. This storm is no joke, folks. Please take cover away from windows in an interior home, or at least if you're caught out on the road, try and hide under an overpass or at least overhanging structure that'll protect you. Again, this storm is producing very large hail. Nightly, you got anything?
New MCD. New MCD. New MCD.
Alrighty, and yes, that was a new MCD just now issued for tornado watch number 291 and 292, and also, no, I do not. The severe level threat for the two tornado watches continue. The threat for tornadoes, some of which could be strong, large to very large hail, severe damaging winds, will continue to increase this afternoon. Once again, the threat is still increasing. This is only the beginning of today's severe weather event. The threat is still increasing. This is really only the beginning of today's severe weather event. Once again, potential for derecho in the Arklatex area. We are only now seeing the increase in the weather threat for the southeastern United States. We have multiple rounds of these severe storms. In addition, the Texas possible derecho is going to be moving into this area as well. So, multiple areas that we need to be concerned about. Tornadoes, some intense, very large hail, up to 3 inches in diameter or larger. Destructive winds in excess of 80 miles per hour. Lots of different types of hazards that we need to be taken into account here that are all completely possible right now.
I would like to also say, mainly the enhanced to moderate risk areas are your best chances of seeing these very strong to destructive severe thunderstorms. However, though, we do have a slight risk too that expands right around that decently. As the storm prediction notes, that there is going to be, again, a 30% hatched hail risk. That hatched risk is the potential for 2-inch or greater hailstones. We have a 45 hatched wind risk, and for the moderate risk that outlines, that is for winds exceeding over 75 miles per hour. Then we finally have a hatched tornado risk, actually, that has been slowly expanding with the updates that we have gotten from the Storm Prediction Center. This includes Alabama and Georgia at this time. That 10 hatched risk is for the potential of EF2 plus tornadoes. So we have a very active day ahead of us at this time.
As you just heard it there, folks, we have a new tornado warning including Arlington, Leary, and Morgan cities in Georgia. We're gonna go and pull that up here. Once again, and also, just one more thing on Texas. Very strong gust front forming. We definitely have to monitor this. Just looking at this, these storms are most definitely upscaling and also exploding rapidly, as you can see. So most definitely need to be on the lookout for potential development of that derecho.
I'm sorry to cut in. It does look like we have a CC drop on that new tornado warning just to the northeast of Arlington. It's matching up with the rotation, and there is a decent CC drop happening. Tornado may be on the ground at this time.
A tornado may be on the ground. A tornado may be on the ground.
Again, so this storm is moving east at 30 miles per hour. We'll see if the National Reserve decides to upgrade that, if they notice also the CC drop happening with that storm. But it definitely looks like it may be on the ground at this time. has that. It looks like actually it's been on the ground a lot longer than what they have. It looks like it just started to the north of Arlington, and now the last 4 frames that has been on the ground apparently, or as we note with CC. CC is a correlation coefficient, which helps us detect if there's debris in the atmosphere.
So yeah, it basically tells us if all objects in the atmosphere are the same size. So these warmer colors, everything's really the same. The cooler colors, the yellows, the green, the blues. That's saying, okay, I'm seeing something abnormal in the atmosphere that's not typically there. And if we can line it up with a velocity couplet, which is basically this, we can say, okay, there might be a tornado on the ground. Now, we cannot say definitively that there is one on the ground until we get confirmation by either a storm spotter or the NWS. However, right now, it does seem as if this tornado is on the ground. We do have a CC drop. So what's a CC drop? It's basically an area of lower correlation that matches up with velocity couplet or a debris ball or a hook echo. So it's basically indication that tornado is on the ground. It's also known as a TDS or tornado debris signature.
Good news, it does look like it may have lifted. CC is not matching up with velocity anymore, and it does look more dispersed. So we may be seeing fallout now.
Correct. It might be roping.
Yeah.
And in Sherman County, Texas, at 5:50. Never mind, that's from yesterday. But most definitely a big thing of just multiple different types of severe weather hazards today that we definitely need to be on the lookout for. Destructive severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Crawford and South Starkville for baseball-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is in effect just south of Columbus in Mississippi. This includes, I believe... Yes, this includes Brooksville, just north of Macon, includes Crawford, Big B Valley, Prairie Point. So, it doesn't seem as if we are still experiencing the baseball-sized hail. That will most likely get downgraded to a considerable severe thunderstorm warning here soon. But once again, you're underneath a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Naxobi, Oktibbe, and Lowndes.
It's alright, I had trouble too.
I'm like, huh?
Again, we apologize if we mispronounce these, because we're not good at pronunciations at this time.
So once again, multiple different types of severe weather hazards that we have to be looking at today. Now, we will stay on the air as long as we have to. This will be multiple rounds of severe weather today. So we definitely need to be on high alert.
Oh boy.
A new destructive severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
And a new destructive severe thunderstorm warning tornado possible as well, with 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and baseball-sized hail for Columbia, Lafayette, and Miller counties in Arkansas, Boise, Caddo, Claiborne, and Webster parishes in Louisiana, and Cass County in Texas until 2:15 p.m. Once again, this is going to be a destructive severe thunderstorm. This is basically a destructive severe thunderstorm is the highest level of a severe thunderstorm warning that can get issued by the National Weather Service. So this means that damaging tornado-like conditions are possible. And that we need to really look out for this because it has the potential to produce significant damage to the surrounding areas. And as you can see just here with the wind, the velocity cannot even register it correctly. So this is a big destructive severe thunderstorm warning that includes portions of Arkansas and Louisiana. So this will just pass just to north of Shreveport. So Plain Dealing, Spring Hill, Colon, Sarepta, Cotton Valley, Couchwood, Shungaloo, Taylor, Bradley, Canfield, Bellinger, Mira. You're in the path of this. You're underneath a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. Homer, Athens, Gibbsland. You're not in the destructive severe thunderstorm warning. However, you do want to prepare for those severe weather conditions because this will eventually get to your area.
Hey, Nightly.
Go ahead.
You want to save that warning on Notepad so we can put it in our severe archive?
Beautiful. Oh my god. This is an extremely dangerous situation with tornado-like wind speeds expected. Mobile homes and high-profile vehicles are especially susceptible to winds of this magnitude and may be overturned. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This storm has the potential to cause serious injury and significant property damage. In addition, our confirmed tornado warning has expired on its own. So city Ida, Mira, Doddridge, Kibla, you're currently in the worst of the storm right now. So make sure that you're within your storm shelter if you're within those areas. The storm is moving to the east-southeast. So once again, Webster Parish, Bossier Parish, Lafayette County, Columbia County, Claiborne Parish. You guys have time. You don't have much, but you have time to get into your safe place. Especially you Bossier County, Bossier Parish and Lafayette County. You guys don't have much time. So I don't recommend getting out of the way. Get into your severe weather safe place. Webster Parish, Columbia County, and Claiborne Parish. You have time to get out of the way of the storm. So go northward. Get out of the way of these storms because these are very serious storms that we are dealing with right now. With once again the potential for derecho, which is a very strong and damaging windstorm. Basically, it's a really strong squall line that moves through an area. So really not gonna be a good time if that actually occurs. So just make sure that don't be scared, be weather prepared. Know what to do before the warning actually comes through. Alright, I'm not too sure what just happened there. Alrighty, going back to our lovely friend Georgia, we have 2 remaining radar indicated tornado warnings. So one of them includes Early County, Georgia. The other includes Calhoun, Baker, and Daugherty counties in Georgia. Now, this one near Bancroft, very strong rotation on this storm. And I hate to say it, folks, but it might be on the ground here. A CC drop matching up. So once again,
a tornado may be on the ground.
South of Bancroft, southwest of Arlington, also tornado on the ground. We will wait to see what the National Weather Service does here. I'm going to take a look up here in Calhoun County. We have the rotation is beginning to weaken up here. The tornado warning will most likely be allowed to expire. Up here in Dawson or near Herod, we do have some developing rotation as well. Possibly a tornado warning could potentially be issued here. It is underneath a tornado possibly severe thunderstorm warning, so most definitely the possibility of a tornado. But most definitely our main area of concern is going to be with this Bancroft storm. Very tight rotation with a CC drop. So we most likely do have a tornado on the ground.
A tornado may be on the ground. A tornado may be on the ground.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
New information, this tornado warning has been upgraded.
And this tornado warning has been upgraded to an observed tornado warning. Very concerning scene right here, southeast of Bancroft. Very concerning. That's yeah. At 2:18 p.m. a confirmed tornado. At 2:18 p.m. a confirmed tornado was located near Arlington or 7 miles east of Blakely, moving to the east at around 35 miles per hour. You can expect a damaging tornado and 2-inch hail. We're gonna go and wait for another scan of this correlation coefficient because this definitely worries me. We definitely have to keep an eye on this. Most definitely a worrying situation here.
A new destructive severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Most definitely not a good scene over here southeast of Bancroft. Once again, Raleigh County and Baker County, Georgia. You guys need to get into your tornado safe place quickly. If what's going on is what I think is going on, we have a serious situation unfolding. Once again, oh my god. Okay. This is not what I was hoping to see. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have a PDS tornado warning in effect.
A new PDS tornado warning has been issued.
PDS tornado warning now in effect for Raleigh County. Like I was saying earlier, we did have the potential of a large tornado on the ground, and it does seem as if we do so. At 2:21 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Arlington or 9 miles east of Blakely, moving east at around 35 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. So this is a dangerous tornado. This is a radar confirmed tornado. Once again, a PDS tornado warning is a particularly dangerous situation. So it means that there's a large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground. So once again, this is in Raleigh County, Georgia. This is going to be moving into Baker County, Georgia. If you or anyone you know are in these areas, you need to get them into their tornado safe place immediately. Because this has the potential to be a very dangerous situation for Raleigh County. Dangerous tornado on the ground. So once again, PDS tornado warning just to the southeast of Bancroft, Georgia, Raleigh County, Georgia, moving into Baker County. This is a PDS tornado warning. You can also see up to 2-inch hail with this storm. Also, a considerable severe thunderstorm warning continued in Greene, Pickens, and Sumter counties in Alabama until 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Multiple situations currently going on. City of Milford, south of Arlington. I need you guys to listen up. You need to get into your tornado safe place immediately. Once again, you have a large and extremely dangerous tornado, and this also includes El Model and Newton. You have a large and extremely dangerous tornado heading towards your area right now. This is moving to the east at around 35 miles per hour. This is a fast-moving storm. You need to make sure that you get into your tornado safe place as soon as possible. Just because you're not within the warning polygon does not mean that you are not going to be affected by this storm. Regardless of whether or not there's a tornado on the ground, you will be affected by this storm some way or another. If you have family members in the area, please call them or text them. No matter what they're doing, call them or text them. Your call could save a life. Do so at this time. Oh my god. That's not getting better. Tight rotation continues to the southeast of Bancroft. Continue to have a potential large tornado on the ground just to the south of Arlington. This is a PDS tornado warning. That's a particularly dangerous situation. That means that, once again, final time, there is a large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground. It's either confirmed by radar, trained weather spotters, etc. We're also having multiple considerable severe thunderstorm warnings being issued coming out of NWS Birmingham and NWS Jackson. Some of them are tornado possible. All of them have 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and some of them have 2.5-inch hail associated with them. Lots of things going on right now. We're going to go and shift over to those considerable SVRs here real quick. Thunderstorm warnings. Lots of
potentially very violent situation happening in Damascus, Georgia, or near PDS warning. We have a very large CC drop now showing up. Again, very strong rotation as well. This is just to the south of Arlington. Arlington has dodged a lot of bullets today, I have to say. We've had at least 2 other tornadic storms hit that town today, and luckily no damage there. But again, very large tornado just going between Arlington and Damascus, it looks like. So,
very serious situation currently unfolding in this area. Very serious. I cannot stress this enough. Arlington, Milford, you need to get into your tornado shelters. Northern Damascus, you need to get into your tornado shelters. This is heading right to the town of Milford. I mean, it is on a direct collision course. Hopefully it moves northward. We're hoping that's what's going to happen here.
Gate to gate is 40 on that signature, by the way.
As of 11 minutes ago from... Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. We currently don't have any photos of it. Now, we do have good news. The CC drop seems to be dispersing a bit, so we might be seeing a weakening of the storm. However, you need to remain in your tornado shelter. This is still on the ground. Just because it's weakening doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. Remain in your tornado shelters. It could also just be recycling. We've been seeing that multiple times. Milford, remain in your tornado shelters. Between Arlington and Milford, this is heading right to you. L model, you're in the path of the polygon. Get into your tornado shelter. Damascus, get into your, remain in your tornado shelter if you're in there. If you're not in there, get in it just in case. Bancroft, you are in the clear now. Just watch out for any back showers and thunderstorms. You do have a shower that's about to move over your area in Bancroft. Very oddly shaped helical right here and a supercell. Once again, very serious situation right now. Debris ball is evident on reflectivity just to the south of Arlington, north of Damascus. Radar also indicates 2.04-inch hail, 2.06-inch hail now. And so very tight rotation still. CC drop continues to get a bit more dispersed, however, it is still pretty big. It's still on the ground.
And I do not like how I'm seeing all these little individual cells still back out west, too, in Alabama. Like, none of them are severe or tornado warned at the moment, but you gotta remember, today's atmosphere is highly unstable. So any of these cells could also, if they get to grow up scale, potentially, could also turn into a serious threat. Again, expecting multiple rounds of severe weather today across this area as well. Moderate risk is in place. That is a level 4 out of 5 risk.
Indeed, and like the SBC said earlier, the threat is only increasing right now. Like, we're still not at the climax. We are still seeing an increase in the tornado threat. We could most definitely see maybe 1 or 2 more of these get issued tonight. Once again, we're seeing very tight rotation just to the south of Arlington heading towards Milford. While the CC drop is dispersing, it is still quite large. It is still on the ground, so remain in your tornado shelter.
Is that a potential CC drop to the east of Morgan? That little tiny bright yellow?
Morgan.
I mean, it looks like it's a radar beam, though.
Where are we looking? Oh.
It's another supercell just to the northeast.
It looks just to be radar.
By the way, I do believe this storm earlier that is to the northeast of that PDS, I mean, it did produce a tornado to the north of Arlington at one point. Yeah, a lot of these supercells too today have had a pretty interesting structure to them. The hook is kind of like more on the north side would be. And alright, Nightly. They're kind of slanted.
It seems as if our rotation is beginning to weaken and the CC drop continues to get more separated. This most definitely could still be on the ground. Remain in your tornado shelter until the tornado warning is expired or canceled. Do not get out of your tornado shelter just yet. It might not be in the clear.
It does look like the hook still shows a decent debris ball on it. It does look like the storms over in the Arklatex region are actually weakening somewhat. So that may be good news.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
The storms over in the Arklatex region are kind of weakening.
That's good.
We no longer have that destructive threat happening.
This was a, Yep, so CC drop continues to spread. Once again, there's still rotation within the cell. So you remain in your tornado shelter. Just until the warning doesn't eventually get expired.
It does look like they did drop the PDS actually tag on it.
No, it's still PDS.
Oh, they extended it. Okay. Never mind. The original warning, they dropped the PDS tag.
That's not good.
A new PDS tornado warning has been
issued. And a new PDS tornado warning has just now been issued. At 2:33 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Arlington or 11 miles southwest of Morgan, moving east at 30 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. This is a damaging tornado. This is a radar-confirmed tornado. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those carved-out shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. The tornado will be near Leary around 2:55 p.m. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Commissary Hill, Ivy's Mill, Milford, Bermuda, El Mato Ma, Patmos, Crestview, and Douglasville. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground.
Also, just a little bit ago in Blakely, as those storms moved through, they reported golf ball size hail.
A new MCD. A new MCD. A new MCD. A new MCD. A new MCD.
Two new MCDs from the SBC. We'll get on those as soon as we can.
By the way, I believe Knightley did a amazing job on our tornado watch, by the way, today that he has issued.
I think that watch
very proud of that.
I think that watch verified.
I think you're right.
Still not over. Radar presentation on this cell is coming back. The CC drop's not as impressive, nor is the velocity. But the we have an upside down supercell right now. I mean, I have not personally seen this before for quite a while. The last time I saw this was in, I think it was 2021. Very long time ago. Very odd shape to the supercell.
We could actually definitely be seeing maybe a significant damaging wind threat start developing. Like, this may become a bow echo. I have personally, in my opinion, never seen anything like this in a long time. But and don't forget, we still have another supercell to the northeast of that one still ongoing too.
And I just want to go remind everyone that this is not over yet. This is only the first of the few rounds that we're getting. That's something important to know, is that this is not the first, this is not the last that we're going to be seeing of these storms. These storms are going to move through. These storms are going to move through. And this is a very favorable environment right now. Now, yes, these storms will be using up conditions, but it's a question on how fast will the atmosphere rebound. And actually, Outlaw, can you go and check that for me?
Good thing.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
Because that will definitely help us to determine how severe these next few rounds could be. Because something that we've seen a lot this year and last year is significantly stronger nighttime tornadoes.
Oh my.
So we definitely need to be on the lookout for those if the atmosphere is rebounding.
We have a very very serious situation developing now, actually.
What's going on?
It looks like, so those storms in Georgia have actually used up much of the Cape in Georgia. However, though, southern Alabama, much of south central Mississippi, only looking at barely any storms in that area. Surface-based Cape, we have near Louisiana, 6,000 joules per kilogram. We have 5,500 widespread swaths of it across much of the moderate risk, especially in Alabama. I would definitely expect to see a significant severe weather threat begin shifting more into Alabama and Mississippi. This is actually, very concerning.
Thank you very much, Outlaw. So as you
Our mixed layer Cape is also hitting 5,000 joules per kilogram.
That's never fun.
In Alabama, Mississippi as well.
That's what surface-based was at earlier.
Going ahead and looking at the lower jet real quick, or the low-level jet. Low-level jet showing 50 knot shear. That's insane, dude. Oh, bulk shear is at 60 to 75 knots.
Wow. Yeah, most definitely not the end of our severe weather threat.
It looks like where the PDS tornado warning happening is, Yeah. That's in a 75 knot area right now. So it definitely appears that the risk is just going to keep ramping up throughout this afternoon. In fact, let's track surface-based Cape based on a RAP solution model.
Debris from the tornado between Arlington and Damascus was lofting debris at least 15,000 to 20,000 feet. That is a clear indication of a strong to an intense tornado.
2 hours from now, we expect 6,000 Cape to begin developing across much of Mississippi and Alabama, which is not very good at all. This is surface based, by the way. 4 hours out, 6,000 Cape still continuing. 6 hours out, so now we're getting into the evening, nighttime hours. We still have 5,000 to 5,500 joules per kilogram of Cape across Mississippi and Alabama, with a very strong line of storms developing across this area. Also, it does look like 4,000 Cape sneaks back up into Georgia, so it looks like the atmosphere will be recovering, according to models.
That's very concerning to be hearing right now, and especially because we've already seen such severe weather conditions so far, and it's only, once again, we're only really in the beginning of this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is only our very first round. Oh my god. There's no way that they just issued that.
What?
Oh my god, they did. Alright, ladies and
Nightly?
gentlemen.
May I remind you, we are
A new
live.
PDS Severe Thunderstorm Watch has been issued.
We now have a new PDS Severe Thunderstorm Watch now in effect. Objectively, one of the most rarest products to get issued.
And what do you know? It's for central Mississippi, where that highly unstable atmosphere is right now. In fact,
actually, this wording is very concerning. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Widespread, damaging, and scattered significant gusts up to 90 miles per hour. Likely. Scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events up to 3 inches in diameter. Likely. A few tornadoes. likely. See how everything's likely? Not possible anymore. This is a very dangerous situation. Outlaw, can you take over for me, please? I have to go issue products now.
So we have, again, that PDS Severe Thunderstorm Watch that was just issued. This is PDS Severe Thunderstorm Watch 293. I don't have probabilities yet,
I personally...
but as you have heard...
That is... Okay, so for some reason... For the reason why I said, oh my god, there's no way that they issued that. That is objectively one of the more rarest products that can be issued. Because we see PDS Tornado Watches, we see PDS Tornado Warnings. PDS Severe Thunderstorm Watches typically do not get issued.
Unless it involves...
That's a very serious event, the fact that we are seeing a PDS Severe Thunderstorm Watch get issued. Because those are typically overtaken with PDS Tornado Watch, usually. So the fact that we are seeing just shows how badly the wind and hail threat is and not the tornado threat is. And that's something that we really need to take into account. Our main concern right now is not these tornadoes. It is going to be the wind and the hail. Yes, we have a few tornadoes likely. We have destructive wind gusts up to 90 miles per hour likely. Very large hail events up to 3 inches in diameter likely. That's really bad. They've kind of removed the intense tornadoes possible. I still think it is possible because we've kind of seen it. But right now, in Mississippi, we definitely need to be worrying about more that severe thunderstorm. And obviously, like I said earlier, the tornadoes as well in the evening hours. I will be right back.
So this event's gonna go into the overnight hours is what I'm expecting. Looking at models, we have a lot of those models showing that there's going to be possibly a derecho tracking across Mississippi, Alabama, and even into Georgia. As you just heard, very dangerous situation. We could expect very large hail with this too, which is pretty rare, in my opinion, for this time of year. In fact, looking at the mid-level lapse rates, we have 8.5 to 8.8 lapse rates. Those haven't happened for this time of year in 70 years, is what SPC stated this morning. So this is definitely a record-breaking event happening across this area, and we will continue to monitor it. However, though, at this time, we are going to take a short little break. I don't know if Knightley gets back, hopefully, but I may cut in here and there to give additional updates on the storms.
I won't be available for about 2 minutes. I gotta issue products.
Just south of Brooksville, we have a hail report of tennis ball size hail in Mississippi. So that's 2.5-inch hail just south of Brooksville. By the way, Natalie, you might want to push that a little bit more east to cover much of central Mississippi.
I was actually considering issuing 2. Because
okay, that's up to you.
Yeah. Because I kind of need to dip down.
I'll go ahead and update our map.
Thank you. So in case you don't know what we're doing, we're currently issuing a weather product right now. We're currently issuing a watch ourselves from the Outlaw Weather forecasting team. We do issue our own products. So that's currently what I'm doing right now.
Also, I'm probably going to step off of here because I've been asked to help out just a little bit somewhere else too, real quick.
Sure thing.
That's alright.
Sure thing.
I'll still monitor the live stream and make sure it's, doing good. But see ya, everyone.
And for everyone else, we will return back momentarily. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.